Hey everybody, Ben here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up for yourself each and every day. So if you're here from the short, you already have a backstory. If not, our word was Q, as in we have things lined up. We can reference this to watching something. I got all these shows lined up, and after that one's done, the next one's going to start. The way it came through in the short, there was three different options, and we can look at it as we have all these things lined up and maybe we're procrastinating, you know. Well, I got to do this one first before I can do this one, but I don't want to do that one, so maybe we're skipping steps, or we're holding the whole process up because we don't want to move forward or initiate this sequence of events. The other aspect is uh, maybe we are waiting for everything to line up because maybe we just have the first one and we don't know what happens after that. But maybe we need the first one to make a decision to make everything else happen after that. This can go a lot of different ways. Then the other one is uh, something's happening in our life that we're skipping, that like life in general, or our ability to make progress is affecting us to skip steps. And that is bringing some uncomfortable feelings or making us feel nervous. I started to feel nervous before this. With our supporting angel number card, it was clear vision. I'll read this off here. You get crystal clarity, discerning perspective, higher understanding. When we're going through any three of those aspects that I just spoke of course, clarity would make sense no matter what we're doing. If we knew it was going to be okay, it'd be easier to do it if it's something that we're nervous about or anxious about. Uh, I'm gonna ring some bells here and see if I see anything that brings a little bit more direction into this one. It may be a little loud, so you may want to turn your volume down if you're sensitive. If it resonates, feel free to like or comment. If it doesn't, don't make it fit. So immediately I noticed how loud these bells were and crisp compared to the past couple days, which to me brings clarity. I'm seeing it looked like a water curtain. If we could picture a curtain of water and it's just splitting open. Uh, very, it would be very, you want to be able to see through it. It's almost like one of those coverings you put on a window for privacy, and it split open, and we can see now. This is coming out of a place that uh, obviously caused a lot of uncomfortableness, whether stress, anxiety, worry, fear of uh, if we're going out of order, it's making us uncomfortable. If we only have the first step and where to go from there, maybe we're procrastinating that first step because we don't know where we're going. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how to get there. It's making us feel unsafe. Uh, this is always exciting. I mean, I've been in these places before and I don't like being in them. And maybe it's not even just a worry or a fear. It's just like, I really don't know what to do or where to go or how to start. This is very difficult to navigate, especially like just going back on that. Just say we know we have to do something or we're going somewhere, we're moving, and we really don't know. Like it's like I don't even have any direction at all. And then it's like, what's the point? There's that procrastination coming in. That well, if I don't know, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to begin? And going back to this clear vision, uh, got two cards here. Hermit reversed, isolation. We've probably been in a place like this of non-movement. And then we have Queen of Cups, emotional wisdom. Oh, first thing I go off is that emotion is leading with an emotion. We don't quite fully know an outcome. We may have stayed in a place of stagnation for a bit, and it probably had a purpose, healing of some sort, recovering, getting our mind straight. really touching into our emotions. When we think about life in general, we drive a lot with uh, what the society's doing, what everybody else is doing, what makes us feel comfortable, and we get in those places and we stay comfortable because it works or it's all we know, and it may not be as we call like a fluffy couch and a bunch of pillows. It could be a toxic environment, but it's not fulfilling. It's not bringing anything, and gaining, wisdom just over ourselves, our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, and letting those guide us. What is going to truly fulfill us? What is going to take us somewhere? Uh, this is, attached to a goal, a manifestation, a dream, something to a better life than what we were experiencing before. The moon reversed, suppression. What is there still more hidden, or did we uncover this? Uh, Going off what I just said, we would have uncovered some truths. Maybe we started to hold ourselves accountable a bit on making decisions that kept us safe or comfortable or small, and we weren't leading in a way of that emotional drive. What's really going to fulfill me? What's going to bring me into uh, a place of fulfillment? Got the Hierophant sideways. You can look at belief and then rebelling against that belief, whether it is a structure in the external, a mindset, and a lot of those we can just look at something that we carried through most of our life. This view of how we're supposed to go through things, how we're supposed to experience it, how I got to have, going back to that cue, this, and this before I can do this. Uh, Changing that game, that structure. There's going to be resistance inside and outside. Being sideways here. That belief is instilled, whatever it is, that limited mindset or that fear, that comfort, those steps that we have to go in. And like I said, sure, the external will push back on it because going against the grain, but it's also inside a bit. And that's going to be this push and pull. Maybe there's a bit of hesitance there, going on a whim, trusting something that is not proven can uh, cause a lot of those emotions that we were talking about before. And that clear vision is coming through, seeing it. Got the strength card. Having strength through this decision transition process is extremely needed because we're going against something that we normally had proof or comfort, logic, reasoning within, and uh, reprogramming ourselves to feel safe and comfortable in a place of uncertainty is not an easy task. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right. So we got I guess we'll just go with the order that they came out in. We got the Four of Wands, joyous occasions, what we're going after, and uh, just reflecting. I say it a lot, and if people watch these, I don't mean to be like a broken record, but when we lead our life through the idea of the external, whether how they accept us, how they receive us to be accepted, changing ourselves to fit into those molds, or look out there and see, well, that's what you do to be happy, or that's what you do to be comfortable. Uh, that's really coming from a place of well, we're obviously not in charge of we're not leading ourselves, but we're doing what appears to make everyone else happy or safe or comfortable. And we may have done those things and we get there and we find out, wow, that doesn't fulfill me at all. Oh, by going back to this place of leading with our emotions, we're getting there. We did have then the Seven of Wands reversed, lost confidence. This is going back to, hey, this hasn't come in yet. What's going on? Like, hey, I went out on this whim. I trusted. I made a move, and I am stagnant. There's nothing going on. We had no clear vision. There was no validation. There was no proof. There was no reasoning behind it. This cue, is this cue a structure we're bringing into the game as well? That it's starting to play on us a bit? Like, hey, this was supposed to happen and now this hasn't happened yet and I'm feeling kind of uncomfortable. The Lovers reversed. Conflict. Oh, doesn't have to be with people. It's more or less looking at self. And when we allow that to take control, sorry, I was a bit distracted with the helicopter there. Oh, conflict with self in a way that is this push and pull. Where was that? In between the belief. We're having a lot of conflict here. Maybe getting distracted, as I feel pretty distracted at this point. It is, what were we going after? It's easier to go back or to do this the old way or the safer way because it makes us feel comfortable. Without that strength leading us, that can really make us make a lot of decisions. I'm going to leave this here. I'm really distracted. I got to reset. Sorry. I will talk to y'all later.